So far in this episode, we've really just been diving into the Netflix Raw debut, all that shit, which there's been a lot to talk about. But it's been a while since we got to do one of these L shows here. And one of the biggest moments in wrestling in the women's division happened recently on SmackDown. Yeah. We got a cash in.
Successful cash in.
We actually got the cash in.
Tiffy time, bro.
I don't know if I just... Yeah, it is Tiffy time. Holy shit. How you feeling? Was this something you were expecting?
Not at all, but deserved.
Me neither.
Deserved, well deserved tonight.
I also think well deserved, but just out of nowhere.
I feel like they made it more legendary like that, and I feel like she deserves that.
I do agree that it was way more exciting that they just pulled something out of nowhere. I appreciate that it gave... I love when they give the shows like Raw and SmackDown, the weekly shows, that feeling of like anything can happen at any time. Like just off the top of my head, when Jay won the Intercontinental title recently, like that was one of those things that like I wasn't really sure was going to happen on that episode of Raw, but out of nowhere we just get like a massive title win. Like things like that are really exciting to me, and I love when we get those moments. Especially after all these failed cash-ins, like, it was great to finally see her not act like a complete dipshit and get the cash-in done properly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just, yeah, man, honestly, what a moment. What a fucking moment. I'm very curious to see where everything goes from here. I don't know, how do you feel about... What do you think the first feud looks like for Tiffany Stratton?
Nia Jax definitely getting her get back.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like she's gonna cook. I feel like she's definitely gonna cook.
I do feel like that's a natural, probably Royal Rumble match. Like, we gotta have Nia versus Tiffany. But I think at some point, we probably bring back Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that makes sense. It feels like the rumblings have been happening.
Leading up to it, shit, bro.
It feels like Mania is bound
we got
to
Tiffy
have...
time versus the Queen, bro.
Charlotte versus Tiffy.
They're probably gonna call it the Princess versus the Queen or some shit, bro.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, fuck, damn. That's probably gonna be it, yeah. Damn. I mean... So how are we feeling? Are we happy? Do you think that Tiffany's gonna have a strong title run? Are we excited for the Tiffy title reign?
Yeah, bro. Even if she drops it on Mania, because they're probably gonna make space for like that shit they led up to. I've been seeing a lot of people bring up when Jade Cargill first came to SmackDown, she ran into Charlotte Flair and shit like that, and they kind of had that stare down and shit.
I remember that, yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised after Mania. That's what's gonna probably happen and shit. And now, bro, definitely looking forward to see what happens if fucking this title run with Tiffy time, bro. She's definitely gonna be a good one. Like I said, she's probably gonna drop it most likely on Mania. I feel like because it's too early for her to give her like a good run, bro.
I do feel like her retaining at Mania would be huge though, to give her that WrestleMania moment, and then even if she drops it at like the next PLE after. Just to give her that moment at WrestleMania would be massive. And can I tell you why I'm kind of on the train of giving Tiffy a strong title run? It's because of what it represents to the rest of the roster who's coming up from NXT. Because she's really becoming, like, when 2024 ended, I was on the side of Braun Breaker being, like, the call-up of the year. I felt like he had accomplished the most in 2024 being called up from NXT. But literally just, like, a week after the year started, I feel like now that has to be Tiffany Stratton because she won the top-level championship on her brand. Like, that's such a massive, like, just... a positive sign for the rest of the talent in NXT that, like, if you do great work in the developmental brand, get called up to the main roster, and continue to bust your ass and do great work and get over with the fans, there's a path to success that's available there for you. Because we've seen it back in the day that we would get great talents coming up and it just wouldn't go the way that we would want to see it go under the previous creative regime. Don't need to get into all of that, obviously, but under this new era, under this Triple H era, I think that would be a great signal to the rest of the roster just that, hey, like, we're taking our younger talent a lot more serious now. This is kind of an example of the new generation of NXT call-ups and how we're looking at it. Because, I mean, I just feel like the talent in NXT at the moment right now is so strong, and I feel like it's going to continue to be that way. And honestly, if you want pro wrestling to stay where it is now, the only sustainable way to do it is to have that developmental system being as strong as it possibly can. Because, like, as much as we loved John Cena growing up, look at it, now he's about to retire.
Yep.
It's going to be the same thing one day for Roman and Cody and Seth and Randy, all these other guys that we love right now. And Becky. So you need to continue the pipeline going forward so that the stars of tomorrow can be created. And so, I mean, Tiffany is one of those ones on the female side of the roster that is, like, she could be a star for the next 20 fucking years.
She has a major fucking following, a major push, bro.
And it's because she's really, really good. Like, she's a phenomenal wrestler in the ring. She cuts great promos. She can be a babyface or a heel.
She's hilarious.
I feel like she's just got that natural charisma on the mic. And obviously, like, we see the high flyer, awesome shit that she does in the ring. And she's still pretty young into her wrestling career from what I understand. Like, I feel like the technical side of things could continue to improve. And ultimately, she could be one of those women that you build the roster around for the next 10 to 20 years. And so I feel like giving her a strong first title reign, that doesn't have to be nothing ridiculous. I'm not saying she has to hold it for, like, fucking a Roman Reigns run. But a strong first title run where she gets some good defenses, and like I said, ultimately if she has that Mania moment, I just think it would be a good signal to the rest of the roster, all the younger talent, that hey, if you work hard, the opportunities are there for you. Now, if she loses it at Mania and it ends up being a banger match with Charlotte or whoever, like, I'm not against that. Like, I think what you're pitching as far as she drops the belt at Mania to Charlotte and then we go into a Charlotte versus Jade feud, I think Charlotte versus Jade at SummerSlam or something would be absolutely epic. I think that'd be great as well. I just think that I think they're in a good position where they could do a lot of things that could work really well. One of those things, in my opinion, would be showing the NXT talent, just the younger talent in general, like, this is.
But I feel like it's too soon.
How you can succeed. I hear you, though.
But Tiffy is okay, because, like, yeah, bro, she deserves it, but it's still too soon for, like, how you said earlier, Roxanne Perez and shit.
Trust me, bro. When she dethrones Rhea.
Yeah, right. Right.
Let me cook, bro. Let me cook.
Crazy.
Any final thoughts on our new women's champion over on SmackDown?
Nah, bro, she deserves it.
Do you want to see the pink belt?
That'll be hilarious.
I want to see the pink belt.
Let's see it. Let's see her creativeness, bro.
I think it'd be good.
Tiffy time belt.
Let's do it.